All right. So we wanted to use create the interface and put the map in front and center and use it basically as a filter to what we're going to show in the app to the user. So all the different interactions can be done with it. You can create a dashboard and it will filter out the restaurants that you're looking at, depending on how you zoom or where you focus. Right. There's a nifty component, the viewport, that the API exposes. So we can use that and then use that behind the scenes with Python and Pandas to actually filter out the data sets. Okay, let's get started with the functionality of it. So first, let's zoom in. Let's showcase this functionality. So I'm going to focus on Copenhagen, given that's what I know. So if we focus here and open up the list of restaurants, we can see that they're already filtered out by what you can see, either Copenhagen restaurants. So it's filtered by that. Here in the map, we're showing all the restaurants available. They have we've encoded the amount of stars that they have in the shape, in the size and the color of the dots. So for example, gold is bigger, that means 3 stars. Then we have silver for 2 stars, bronze for 1, and Bib Gourmand and selected restaurants will be shown with a red dot. On top of it, as you can see, as you hover over the different restaurants, you get a little bit of a tooltip so you know what you're looking at before diving into it.
What I wanted to capture here is retaining the zoom level with a filter. So this was a tricky thing to kind of implement. But you can see we're in Haute Savoie. We got a number of kind of star ratings. We got Bib Gourmands, 1 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, and we can kind of filter them out. So with this search functionality, let's say we're going on holiday to Paris, right? So I'm just going down to Paris, we'll zoom in. We see we've got quite a lot of restaurants in Paris, as you've seen from Jan and Felipe's app. You know, it has the most star ratings. Again, this filter functionality works, but let's say we're lucky enough to be staying on the Champs-Élysées, so we can zoom in into an arrondissement, which is a kind of smaller subdivision of France. It's kind of like a neighborhood or a borough, right? So we'll go in, just filter that out again. Let's have a look at the 3 stars we got in the 8th, and we can click on 1, Pierre Gagnaire. We get this nice little restaurant card come up with, you know, cuisine type, price point, address, and we can even visit the website. So there's a lot to explore here, right? So clearing the department obviously returns you back to the start. The idea of this is kind of it's to use concurrently with the other tab I'm going to show you, which is the analysis tab. So information that you're going to get on this tab and things you can then filter back into your guide, into the guide page to kind of learn a bit more.
We have just a refresher for what's an embedding, basically starting from text, and in this case, restaurant descriptions that were part of the dataset we've been working on. We can convert and generate these words, these vectors from the descriptions. And today we have advanced LLMs which are trained to generate long vectors which capture semantic information of the description. So when an app user launch a query through the app, my idea was to create basically a semantic search engine which basically provides restaurant with descriptions that match the user query. And of course, to do that, I had first to generate embeddings for all the restaurants, make it part of the dataset of the app. And then within the app, there is a callback, which is using a function to call the Hugging Face API to embed the user query, and then compare it with the restaurant vectors and see like which one are close enough to match. We can apply some filters using the fields we have from the dataset, and if we apply any filter, basically the query will prioritize filters, so it will show us results only from matching values. But for now, we can basically type any sentence we want. So for instance, if we are looking for great food, but also, for instance, wines from South America, we can start the search. It will embed our sentence, and it will show our first our top 30 results. So we have a metric which is the cosine similarity, and it goes up to 1. So we want to look for similar results with this purple color. And if we select the first one, we can see that it picked a Peruvian restaurant in the Netherlands. And it should talk about wine in the description to actually, yes, match our search. So that's basically the quality of the embedding that captures all this information. So basically, everything that you create on Databricks, can it be either a data engineering pipeline or a machine learning model, it's reachable through APIs. And of course, Plotly Dash offers the possibility to code in Python, so you can use REST APIs to link your app to, or any callback that you develop, to Databricks. So typically what we see is that nowadays with like large language models, or anyway very big models with a lot of parameters, needs powerful virtual machine to host them. So what you can do is actually keep models on Databricks, which allow to store them and expose them via REST APIs, and then use your web application to host the front end and the logic to query that model, and then the visual components, of course. So then you can use Plotly with like all the freedom of choosing your components.
So this is the landing page and of this multi-page app, and you get some basic information about the data set, like how many countries we have, how many restaurants, and some like how many restaurants of specific types we have. And then we have this map here where each restaurant of the data set is marked with a marker. The size of the marker depends on the award, so the number of stars, for example, and you can pan and zoom somewhere and explore the area. And of course, you can also click on a restaurant like this 1-star restaurant, and this will open a modal with some more information, which are also taken from the data set. So you have the name and the award, and you have a basic description of the restaurant, and you have some features of the restaurant, like for example, they have a terrace here, and you can park your car. And then you have 2 more buttons, and these are a bit special. So the first one is called Plan My Day. So it actually does that. It passes the name of the restaurant and the city to a large language model and asks for, plan your day in that city around your visit to that restaurant. And this will open a modal and give you a schedule of what you can do in that city at what time. And sometimes you have some really interesting historic information about the city, actually, in case you didn't know before. But maybe you called that restaurant and you didn't get a table. So in that case, you have to look for alternative restaurant in that area.